as though I have conquered death. I live death every day. I am surrounded by it, smothered by it. Look at you now. He would have everlasting life. You seek to defy death, yet you cannot even defy sleep. And how alike sleep is to death. It is a painted death.
I remember childhood without any friends. Just me and my imagination. So I made up my own friend. Crim's my best bud. I don't know what I'd do without him. But there's some things we should keep locked away. Not the imaginary friends, but the imaginary fiends. Crim, where are you?
What is up, all you beautiful people? This is Shanth Enjeti Art. I am Shanth Enjeti, and welcome to the Speakeasy Inspiration Preserve. We need it. Today I'm going to be doing some transfer work on a painting I'm doing of Michael Bancroft's The Lucent 2 Painted Death, which is going to be launching in a couple of days. I've been playing that trailer for a year, I think, now. I'm so pumped for this book. It's fantastic. I love the world. I've had a sneak peek at the book, so I can assure you it's going to be amazing. And let's see who we've got here in the chat. We've got some fine people in the chat here today. Let's see who we have. We have got, oh my gosh, going way back here, we've got Pastmaster Dan. Pastmaster Dan, it's great to see you, and thank you for tweeting this out. I appreciate it. Let's see who else we've got here. We've got General Piggy, channel member, General Piggy in the house. And of course, I salute you, General. We've got Steven Rockwood drawing, my main man, my can of spam. It's all about money. First channel member, Alpha Omega, my friend. Have a wonderful work day. And thank you so much for everything you do, hanging out here and being positive all the time. And speaking of positive folks and channel members, Admiral Wackass. We love Admiral Wackass. Every time I see that icon, it puts a big smile on my face, man. I love it. Yes, 3 days until Pain of Death. It is on. Good day to you, Blue Teddy Narrations. It is great to see you. And, of course, channel member Tammy A. has not had enough of us yet after our crazy last night Temple of Doom stream. So it's great to see you here, Tammy A. I hope you're having a great one. Let's see who else. We've got Justin Kingston, a fellow Rhode Islander. It's great to see you, Justin. I hope you are doing well, my friend, and having a good one, brother. Let's see, who else have we got? We've got Sark in the house. It is great to see you, Sark. I hope you are doing well today, man. Holy cow, love that. It's like some icons are timeless. I know you guys might want to update your icons sometimes, but I think for me, I see them and fond memories. We have got, I'm thinking Keen Scene here. I actually tried to type it as 2 E's because my dyslexia just read it straight through. Couldn't tell you what this means. Yeah, it seems like it's going to be some fun stuff. Yeah, nice animation in that trailer for sure. Let's see here. Who else have we got? We've got Bretsky the Great. It is great to see you, my friend. I appreciate you, and thank you for the kind words as always. We've got Hostman Socrates, channel member Rockstar. It is great to see you, and I can't, of course, miss Skunk Artworks. What's up, everybody? He says, what's up with you, you artist, you? It is great to see you, my friend. Let's see, who else did I miss? I don't think I've missed anybody else. So let's get some positive going, man. Let us get some positive going. So I was sitting here doing this transfer. I'm excited about this book. I'm excited about this painting. And I do something, there's this thing I do every now and again that just, whenever it tickles my tansy, as they say, where I will go and watch those videos. Yeah, I'm one of those people, of great sportsmanship moments. And I did that for a little bit last night, and and it was because I was watching a lot of actually phone conversations with some friends of mine in town, and then I was watching, of all things, folks, I was watching a toy stream, and the person who was doing the stream about action figures, and it was something that NECA had released. He was reviewing, I think. And he said something like, I've always wanted these Ninja Turtles, to get these before I die, and, you know, with the state of the world, I mean, and I'm just like going, dude, seriously, that's a little bit too bleak for me. And a little bit, you know, just like insane optimism, insane nihilism is about the same thing for me. And I just started realizing that, you know, a lot of folks right now are just needing some positivity. And needing people to not to just, you know, cover their ears and blah, blah, blah. It's not that kind of thing. I won't give people the pleasure of claiming that's what being truly positive is about. It's about gratitude. It's about gratitude and appreciation. And it's about being thankful for what you've got. And I feel like I'm about to break into a Sheryl Crow song. But you know what I'm talking about. And I look at this stuff, and I was thinking, you know, we've got a lot of really cool stuff going on. And the thing about it is that the more negative things are, or the more you see people around you being hopeless or feeling down, I think sometimes that is the opportune moment to bring your A game when it comes to positivity, and bring your A game when it comes to saying, you know what, guys, we're going to get through this. Whatever you've got going on, let's do something fun and exciting, and let's do the one thing that we actually can do. And I know Jordan Peterson has talked about this all the time, is that, you know, with Clean Your Room and everything else, you can't control the world, you can't control what other people are going to do, but you can center yourself, and you can, in a real sense, find that balance inside of yourself that'll help you to transcend whatever is going on outside. And for me, I know those ways in which I can do that, and I try to focus on those, and it helps to keep me more balanced, and it helps to keep me in a better place. Because I just think at the end of the day, life is too short. I have seen enough negativity to last me a lifetime. But I will tell you the thing that continues to surprise me and why I love those, great moments in sportsmanship videos. I don't care if anybody thinks they're cheesy, man. I love those things. It's because the negativity stuff, if you've had enough life experience, that stuff shouldn't shock you. It shouldn't overwhelm your senses. What should overwhelm your senses is when you see people, in spite of whatever else is going on in this world, are doing things that are great, are showing human integrity, sportsmanship, honor, all of that great stuff. It's great to see you, Snuggy Jr. I hope you are doing well, my friend. Let's see, yeah, Ain't Nobody Gonna Break My Stride, my favorite song, as you know, since, or maybe you don't know, but that was my first favorite song when I was a kid, and I didn't even know what it was really about. I just liked the tune. And when I got older, I must have been like 4 or 5 when I heard it, or maybe 6. I went, that's my song. And then I heard the lyrics for the first time, and I started cracking up. But you can't do it, man. You can't let it happen to you, because it will never improve your situation, right? Now, you can feel down. You can feel all of those things. But do the things that are going to make you feel better, and don't throw kerosene on the flame. That is the biggest thing, man. Isn't a victim mindset against a challenger's mindset? Every problem is a challenge to be defeated, not something that crushes you. Wow, what's interesting? That's a really profound comment, man. You guys are right from the jump, man. You guys are hitting me with the big stuff. Here's what I would say. When you center yourself and focus on the things you have control over, and don't fear the things that you don't have control over. I mean, my God, this is practically a 12-step program at this point, what I'm saying. But it is common, or I should say, it is not a cliche, but it's a thing you hear a lot because it's true, which is to pay attention to the paper, pay attention to your friends, the people around you that you can be positive with, and most importantly, in the event the cabin depressurizes, secure your own oxygen mask first, and bring yourself to a healthy place before you start letting it consume you more than anybody else. Because it's one of those things that, I don't know, I think it's always been valuable, but as I think about, Walter Elias Disney, when I think about all of those folks, I kind of step back and I think, it's not like things were amazing during the Great Depression in the 20s, right? It's not like his childhood was ideal. He just kept going. Yes, I thought you were adding some things to the campaign. Yes, I am. And I need to do that. That is one of the things on my list right now. Absolutely have to do that. Oh, Hostman Socrates, always great to see you, man. It's like, it's funny. I know I shouted you out before, but sometimes I'm like, these streams all blend together. But yes, I am. And that's another thing to get excited about. And one of the things that sort of, is kind of amazing to me is that while people can sort of look at whatever is going on in pop culture, whatever. Oh my God, the camera isn't even on what I'm drawing. Good Lord. Yeah, they had hope. Yes, and powerful hope, mighty hope, strong hope comes from trials. It comes from challenges. And most importantly, it comes from this thing that is both, what's the word I'm looking for? There's this thing they say that a lot of young people who have very serious illnesses when they're young oftentimes struggle with. It's a concept of body integrity, knowing that, your body is not so fragile, that it has its limits, but it's not something that you can't count on. And that's essential for our day-to-day. And no matter what obstacles we face, we have to center to that. But I think there's another aspect, which is your integrity, maybe spiritual integrity in a sense, where you kind of say to yourself, my spirit is strong, and it can be in a chaotic ocean, much like what I'm illustrating here to some extent, but I can weather this. I don't need to react to things. I need to respond to what I can respond to that's going to be effective, and then just let the other stuff pass through me. I feel like I'm about to quote Frank Herbert here. But that's the stuff that I realized I need to stream, and because my attitude is this. there are a lot of people, I am sure, out there right now being positive and who are streaming, positive things or putting positive things out there, doing good in this world. Maybe they're not the loudest, but I think some of them are. Some of them are really great at getting that word out there. And I thought to myself, if I'm just one more person doing that, one more person offering something, that helps people to just keep doing what they're doing, whether it's with the art books or these streams, I gotta do it. I got a responsibility to do it, and it's so important, man. It's so important. And I want, if there is ever a stream out there that you're like, you know what, this is gonna be more positive for me. This is gonna be better for me to watch this stream as opposed to Shanth. Here's the kicker. I want you to do that. I want you to do that because that is important to me. So if you're here, I thank you for being here, and I thank you for liking and subscribing to the channel. All that stuff is great. Me and my family appreciate it so much. But what I hope I can do, because this is important to me, this is what I want to do with my life, man. Amen. Nihilism comes from idle hands. My grandmother was an inspiration. Amen. What was if you don't mind, what was your grandmother's first name? Put it in the chat. Let's celebrate her. Let's celebrate her. It's important, man. From idle hands. Yeah, movie pop. That's right. Nihilism comes from idle hands and movie pop. All right. Sometimes you guys put stuff in the chat I have yet to figure out, but I'm getting there. And it's funny. My my friend, one of my friends, another one of my friends named Michael from Oklahoma, Choice Voice, was telling a story one time to me about I think it was his grandmother or great grandmother whose parents were slaves, and I think she was maybe born into that. I can't remember because it was something wild, like the longevity that was required for that. Ruby Neal. Shout out to Ruby Neal. Ruby Neal, you have been an inspiration to past Master Dan, and thank you for bringing positivity into this world. And I know it will echo across time. And I love seeing that stuff. So excellent. That's the stuff I want to see. So shout out and tip of the hat, my lady. God bless you. And when I look at this kind of stuff, and I think about what we can do and what are the things that are positive and amazing, I think about things like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Again, I know, hell of a segue. I think about the comics that I read growing up and all of that kind of stuff. But I think the biggest aspect of it is you see people, sometimes they're working at restaurants, sometimes you see people at the post office who just choose to be positive, choose to bring that infectious enthusiasm to the people around them. And it is a choice. It is not an easy choice all the time, but it is a choice. It's an important choice. And I think that it's very rarely, and I used to be a college professor, which is essentially just lecturing and professing when you really break the profession down at this point. And I remember thinking that no matter what I say or no matter how I explain things, the best thing I can do is set an example of work ethic, painting, and drawing. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the thing that is my responsibility first and foremost, because how you conduct yourself is always more important than how much you tell other people to conduct themselves. Amen. I second that. Right on. I second that as well. Secondception. That's right. Husband Socrates, you got me with that. And it's a crazy thing because it is not, even though we can feel that sometimes, it is not a trivial thing. My daughter was away once, and she was missing me. She was feeling a little bit down. She was feeling a little bit sad, and she said to me, "I miss you so much." First of all, what a wonderful thing. What a beautiful thing, right? I miss you so much. And I thought about it, and I knew she was missing. I knew she was feeling down. And I thought, what's the way I can respond to that is the thing that just fills you up and is the truth? And I sent her a message back, and I said, I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to see you. Do you know what I mean? Put that positivity right on the horizon where it's going to be, and it'll make things easier, man. Yeah, Shanth, it's catchy. It's catchy. Yep, practice what you preach. And you know, it's sort of funny, too, because that's the thing about it, when I'm doing this artwork, is this artwork, more than anything to me, is, well, obviously it's got to be, good. I want it to attract people to the project. Oh, God, I'm going to move this. It might mess up my focus, so let's see how we do there. Not terrible, but I just want to make sure my hand isn't in the way. But I want it to be a reflection, no pun intended again, I want it to be a reflection of my enthusiasm for my brother artist, Mr. Michael Bancroft. I want it to be my enthusiasm for the story, the world he's creating. That's the stuff that I want to bring into the world. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, happy kids are a huge morale boost. Amen. And it doesn't take... You know what's so funny is... I don't think that Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird probably knew maybe where Chattanooga was on a map. Certainly, you know, they may have heard of the Chattanooga Choo Choo song. But they didn't know this book right here, and this cover painting, which I was in love with, was going to change this kid's life and make his life better. Give him somewhere to escape to. It was crazy, you know, how that stuff works. I think about that all the time, and not in terms of, well, I'm going to do that. I mean, of course, that's the goal. But I think about how much I appreciate that they did it. Do you know what I mean? It was like a wonderful gift from a aspiring young kid who wanted to be an artist. Didn't know he wanted to even be a comic book artist yet, because it was my first comic book that I really had. But didn't really know, you know, that was my future. But I knew that this little world they took me into was kind of cool, and it made me want to draw the characters. And the first submissions package I sent off when I was 11, I think, was of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I don't even think it was panels or anything like that. I think it was just floating heads and figures, because I didn't know how it worked. Oh my lord, craziness, man, craziness. Let me see here. Whoa, we got tons of people. We got my brother, Gross Point, Dank in the house, Dan Lawless. It's great to see you. It's the soothing, satisfying, sumptuous Shanth Enjeti Sage, except no substitutes. How the heck did I get through that with my dyslexia? My goodness. Yeah, life goes on, a man becomes preeminent. Yeah, life goes on. A man becomes preeminent, he's expected to have enthusiasms. Enthusiasms. I love that, man. I was thinking that when I said it. You know, Yo-Yo Dan says, Admiral Wackass. Shanth Enjeti Art, you can even find positivity and negativity. I was listening to the EFAP Nazi quiz, and it brought a smile to my... Oh my god. You guys are killing me, man. Holy cow. Oh, you guys get me. Let's see here. Hail Dan, how to draw comics. Yes, indeed. Dan Lawless. Right on. Let's see what else we've got here. Hail. Everybody saying hello to Dan, of course. Oh, yes. The first couple of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comics were gold. You're absolutely right. They were inspiration and craziness and zaniness and creativity, just full tilt. I love it. Shanth, it's time for you to give your final lesson. Yeah, well, it's coming one of these days. Yeah, you know, it's a matter of time. Yo-Yo MGS, hail Mighty Geek Studios. And of course, we gotta say, hail Legkick One. It is great to see you, my friend. I hope you are doing well, my friend. Yeah, everybody's saying hello, hello. We got Awesome One in the house. It is great to see you, Awesome One. Yeah, that's how you do it, right? That a tattoo? So, you know what? Someone's going to probably make this a tattoo at some point. You never know. What is up, Phantasmagorical? It is great to see you, and hey ya. So, when I'm working on this stuff, and I'm putting this stuff together, and I'm working on this particular piece, which is for Michael Bancroft's The Lucent, which is a couple of days away. Is it true? Before it launches, I want it to be a smash hit beyond any of our expectations. This has got to be a six-figure campaign as far as I'm concerned, but that's going to take work. That's going to take getting the word out, and I know you guys are ready to rock and roll as much as I'm ready to rock and roll. You want to talk about somebody who has brought a lot of positivity, a lot of consistency, and a lot of integrity to this space. You'd be hard-pressed to find somebody who brings it like Michael Bancroft does. And to me, not just because I know the book is great, but what I'm so excited about is to really show him how much I appreciate what he has done creatively and just being positive and just, I don't know, he's a great dude. And so I hope all of you guys are as excited as I am. I want us to just blow the doors off of that thing, and I want it to be great. I want it to be his biggest campaign, which I have no doubt it will be, but I want it to be a benchmark campaign, because this is a big deal. This is somebody who has honed his craft, worked on his story, brings so many things, mythology, inspiration, and he brings them into the present time. That's what I love. Past Master Dan shouting out Fanta. Yes, the Lucent too. That's a whole nother party. You know what I'm saying? Awesome One's getting a shout out from Phantasmagorical. Who else do we have here? A Bogan campaign indeed. That is right. Uncle E said it best. Bancroft is the nicest guy in CG. Hail. You know it's true. And shout out to Uncle E, man. Shout out to Uncle E. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, man. When I think about what we're doing, and when I think about this crazy space that we're in, where all these things are possible, I'm filled with gratitude. I'm filled with gratitude, and I'm filled with that sort of, and this is a Comicsgate thing, man. I'm filled with that American promise, right? That you come into this space and you are guaranteed nothing, but you are also allowed to own what you do, and you will benefit from being in a space where you are allowed to freely move about the cabin, and where there's an audience of people who have similar values as you do, which is entertain, work hard, be creative, bring your A game. And what's better than that? And this is the Comicsgate that I know, and that, literally, like I didn't start with a lot of the guys further back. I really didn't. So I wasn't following your boy Zach. I wasn't following Captain Cummings or any of those guys. I don't want to, not disparaging them at all or anything like that. That just wasn't where I was. I was over in the fandom menace, mortified of what was happening with Star Wars, and I saw this positive and funny guy named Ethan Van Sciver, who I'd never heard of before. Oh, actually, I probably had seen him in Wizard Top 10 lists, but I didn't follow DC Comics. And I think I might have even seen the Harris Comics ads for Cyberfrog at some point, but I wouldn't want to say for sure. I'd have to go back and look at old Wizards issues to be sure. But this guy was so positive, and then seeing not only what happened to him, but with the awful things going on with the coworkers and things like that, and people doing whatever. But he built something to where, and I know because I launched 2 campaigns on Indiegogo before I ever did Nosfero, that can take you from being a very skilled artist who's making, in my case, I think it was I made 5 times, or probably like 4 times, maybe 4 to 5 times as much as I made being totally independent versus being here in this Comicsgate space. That is another thing. I'm so grateful for all of this stuff. And I don't, how do I word this? If I was positive because of how it made me look, I wouldn't be positive. Let me be really clear about that. If I was positive because of how it made me look, I wouldn't be positive. And I'll tell you why. Because when you are positive like I am, and people think one of 2 things. Either, you see a piece of bread, and you're just like, this is the greatest thing ever. Which is insane. Because we all know I get that way when I see bread. Or people think it's what's the word I'm looking for? It turns people off, can make people disingenuous. But here's the crazy thing. I know what I've been through to get here. My wife wrote the best introduction for this book, man. And I'm going to tell you this right now, guys. This right here doesn't come out of naivete. This does not this quality of work I do, the way that I speak does not come out of naivete and ignorance. It comes out of seeing things in India that shaped me, returning back to the United States and really appreciating that, but so many more things. Kind people along the way. I am an unbelievably grateful person. Whoops. Gosh, every time I click on something, it's like, would you like to ban this person? So if somebody accidentally gets banned, somebody unban them, please. It's, because I go to click on the chat to make it come up here. Where Shanth was once filled with gratitude, he became filled with batitude. I think it was quite the opposite, but God bless you. Do you feel more pressure painting something like this piece that's showing appreciation for someone else? It tends to make my perfectionist monster show its ugly head, usually to my detriment. Well, here's the thing, right? This is a huge aspect of what we're doing here, and that's quite brilliant, man. That's a great question, Justin. Here's what it actually is. You have to be able to let your passion and your love for the subject come through you unabashedly, and not worry about what people are going to think about it, right? You do your best, you take it seriously, and you bring that passion, because everything else just gets in the way. Everything else is going to get in the way. And I always tell people, don't let it happen, man. This rice paper is test fragile, yes, and the wings of dragonfly. You're right. This trace paper is killing me, man. Leave no trace. Dad, you're killing me, man. Yeah, it is great to see all of you guys in the chat. Hello, Tank Fair. It's great to see you. How are you doing? Oddly enough, Ben Shapiro and Jordan Peterson brought me into Comicsgate. I had a similar thing. Yep. Ben Shapiro brought me into Comicsgate and the Fandom Menace Now Fellowship. I was watching a Ben Shapiro video and YouTube recommended a Critical Drinker video. Another legend, man. So yeah, I started listening to Jordan Peterson around the time I was also listening and making that 90-mile commute and 90 miles home. I was listening to a Jordan Peterson lecture that he gave on the 12 Rules for Life. And it was somewhere in the UK. I don't remember the school. But I heard it and it was like, oh, I've needed to hear this. So imagine the look on my face when I found out that this Star Wars fan and comic book artist I was following was the guy who illustrated 12 Rules for Life. I mean, that was the coolest thing ever. I loved that, man. Yeah, B positive. I actually think that's my blood type. But if it's not, then I'm probably... If it's not my blood type, I'd imagine I'd be a universal donor. Let's see here. I don't trust people who don't get excited over bread. Exactly. Has anybody been to Olive Garden? You know what I'm saying? That's an American miracle. You know? Shanth, positive? I don't believe it. I tell you what. Here's my favorite story. Someone asked me, when you were younger, if you met yourself, like when I was in 7th or 8th grade, what would you think? And I thought, I would well, that's tough to say, because I was always very susceptible to positive, enthusiastic people, love Bob Ross, all those folks. But I think I would be hesitant to get excited based on my experiences. And I can appreciate that. You know, I can appreciate that. And Uncle E's 12 Rules for Life illustrations intrigued me, so I investigated further. That is awesome. I love hearing it. Yeah, pizza is my bread. That's right, guys. Keep it real. I'm kind of the shit, Shanth Enjeti 2023. Well, in some ways, I think that could be true, depending on who you ask. Ethan wants to know how you transferred this image to paint. What do you mean? Wait, he wants to know how I transferred... Did he ask somebody that? I think he's got my phone number. He can call me or send me a stream link and I'll show him. Let's see here. Yes, indeed. Tank Ferret. Look at all the love in the chat here. Look at all the love. My stomach size proves my passion. That's right. If you can't justify it with what you do, let your work speak for itself. All right? When people look at my triple chin, they know I love food, folks. They know it. Let's see here. I don't even like Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro is fine at half speed. You know? So today, guys, we're going to talk about ZipRecruiter.com. ZipRecruiter.com is fantastic. It's great. I love them. I use them all the time. I'd love to see his wedding toast. You know what I mean? It's to his daughter. It's like, first of all, I just want to say, ever since you were a baby, I loved you, sweetheart. I'm so excited that you finally met your husband. But first, are you looking for people to hire? ZipRecruiter.com. Look, I just am waiting for it. That's what I need to see. I am well and productive at Shanth Enjeti. I hope you're the same. I am, and thank you, Tank Ferret. I'm glad to hear it, my friend. Hiya, Phantasmagorical. When I was younger, I would ignore you and go back to reading a sci-fi book. Yeah, well, hey, that's not a bad choice right there. It is absolutely not. I'm still trolling Hen. It's hilarious. I'm learning all kinds of interesting things. Yeah, he mentioned it the other night as we watched you work. He asked how you transferred the image over to paint. Gotcha. Yeah. I met myself when I was young. I would have thought, this kid's as dumb as a box of rocks. Dan Lawless, we almost met each other when we were young. If I'd just been out on the lawn saying hello as a little kid, we would have met. So kind of crazy. But yeah, he can ask. I'll try to do a video about that. And if he wants, if it's not rhetorical, I'd always be happy to show him, man. Because yeah, he was my first. Let me make sure I'm right about this. Yeah, he was my first paid gig in Comicsgate. Doing that cyber. I know I show it all the time, but I'm really proud of it. Mainly because, and I love this, so I just caused an action figure avalanche, but, c'est la vie. I'm really proud of it because I sent him the sketch for it, the first sketch, and he looked at it and he was like, Colin Quinn, Yeah, no. He's like, that looks like a sketch I've already done, because I was trying to figure out the character, but it was a total rookie mistake. But I was nervous, too. I was really nervous, because I was like going, that character, Cyberfrog, and this is before I had the action figure and like 3 PVCs over there now. I didn't have any reference for it, and I don't do a lot of crazy chrome tech stuff. Oh my god. That was tough. Yeah. If I met my young self, I'd think he was pretty gnar. That's right, man. Do you mean gnars and narwhal or gnarly, bro? I had a friend who had a skateboard that said gnarly on it, and he'd always say, it's gnarly, because he had my reading ability, and that's something I believe, folks. Hang out with people who have a similar level of reading ability, and stay ignorant of those kinds of things, because, man, those have been some painful lessons when I was a wee lad. Was kind of realizing, oh man, I can't read for beans. You know, find yourself a lady who's a great reader, and you'll probably survive tax season. So let me see here. All right. So here, and I'm drawing off frame again. Here is what caused me to have to take a pause on this sketch. I wanted to do a very Frazetta N.C. Wyeth boat in a storm wave sequence right here. And that was the thing that I was really motivated to do. And so when I did the sketch, which I think is here, I reworked it because I had to do it in sketch form. But I wanted to get the sails and the cloak and the figure on there and all of this stuff in this kind of warped perspective that would work for the story. So, I mean, that's always how I go about this stuff. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, Cyberfrog is bite to get right. So challenging. Yeah. I don't know why they gave you bite there, but it was a different word, Dan? Hey, Timmy Mello, my man, Timmy Mello, channel member, Rockstar. It is great to see you, my brother. God bless you. It's great to see you in the house, man. Let's see. Shanth Enjeti Art, do you know where I might be able to find your Cyberfrog piece online? Let me think. I think it's on my website, shanthenjetiart.com. I think I posted it on my website. It's on the works for sale, even though it's been already sold. You can see the full image without any type on it, which is great to see, because it's really. I mean, I'm glad that reproducing stuff small. You never know. You never know how it's gonna work. Thank God it worked out. Yeah, Hooked on Phonics worked for me. I need to get hooked on phonics. Bow, Snuggy Jr., of course. Shanth had to do it to him. Yeah, that's right. Had to. I was born with a restlessness, the kind of nervous energy that propelled me from one situation to another. Yeah, and thank God it brought you here. I appreciate it, you know. Younger me could use a snack, maybe save myself some hard lessons. Oh, use a smack. I think he said a snack. So, I wonder what's on Sean's mind always. Younger me could use a snack. I'm like, well, have a snack then, man. Taught some hard lessons. You guys are killing me. Frankly, Zero, it's great to see you. Good day, everyone. Good day to you, Frankly. It's great to see you, my friend. Look at this. Much love, man. Much love. Amen, brother. You know, man. You know I mean it, man. And thank you for sharing, by the way, about your grandmother. I like seeing that kind of stuff in the chat. We should do it more, you know? And greetings, Eloise. It's great to see you. How are you doing? When it comes to work, when it comes to all of this kind of stuff, I've been very fortunate. I used to transfer my work using a method that I was taught by and introduced to by Brian Stelfreeze, a very classic sort of method, which was using an Artograph DB400 opaque projector. So you can take a small sketch, put it in this thing, it hangs over your desk, and it projects it straight down. You can scale it, you can adjust the focus. In a lot of ways, it is one of the best ways you could ever transfer your artwork. Because you can adjust the scale of even individual components, whereas this, once it's printed out, that's its scale. But I loved that method. But when I started painting on this board, I don't know why, I started wanting to do things with pan pastels. That was one of the things I really wanted to do, because I saw pan pastels. I saw somebody do an example of this incredible product. I'm not sponsored by them because they probably have more sense than that. But I saw this method, and I went, that is brilliant. That is such a great method. You can take a piece of tracing paper, and by using this, it's almost like a palette knife with a sponge on it. You can spread out the pan pastel, and it will transfer really nicely when you ink over it. You know, it's crazy. And I love that stuff, man. Yeah, love coffee, screws up my bladder. Yes, I know that feeling, man. I'll tell you something I love to eat that is less than ideal for my system, sadly, is I love Kalamata olives, man. Love those things, but they are not good for the stomach. It is, for me anyway. If they're great for you, then have a Kalamata olive for me. All right? Have a Kalamata olive for me. That's what I ask this of you guys. I ask this. I beg you. Please do. But yeah, I mean, I always think that one of the things that I found when I was teaching, and I used to talk to my students about this a lot, is that people would say, I would go up to my students and I would say, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to write down as many things that you hate as possible, that you can't stand. And they would just be like, all right. And they just like, bang, they just fill in pages. And then I would come back and I would say, now I'm going to give you 3 minutes to write down as many things that you love as possible. And they struggled with the second one. And that's when I realized how much, and maybe it's just an evolutionary aspect of it, but how much we can be prone in some cases to define ourselves, maybe because there's less risk involved, but we can define ourselves by the stuff that we don't like as opposed to the stuff that we do like. And I think that is what's unfortunate is it kind of robs your spirit of joy. You know, it really is a rough thing. And that's what I used to feed on. Now, whenever I catch myself being negative, which does happen, definitely have had some moments, even this week, when I was just really just frustrated. Just seeing people doing really crappy stuff out in the world here, like in IRL. And I saw this stuff, and I said to myself, I used the term, I go, are you indulging right now, Shanth? Are you indulging in this kind of negativity and nihilism? Let's process this. John, we're starting now. Now that you're here, we're starting, right? Olives are good for the heart, I know. Man, olive trees can live 1,000 years or more. There you go. Olives suck, says Admiral Wackass. Go to hell, olives. Get out of here. Triggers, there you go. Timmy Mello would say, I would have told my younger self to never have stopped drawing and to not be afraid of what others think, because most of those people's opinions are borderline psycho to begin with. Be a trailblazer. And you know what I would say? I would say to younger Timmy Mello if I was there, I would say, younger Timmy Mello, they are never able to defeat your love of art, and you will be making artwork in the future. Rest assured. That's what I would say. They didn't defeat you. Because you'll see this in my wife's amazing introduction where she talks about every time I said I'm done with like my frustration with the industry. Not even that let me be clear. It wasn't my frustration with the industry. I could not break in until very inconvenient points in my life where I do like a Flash annual, a mini-series, and I was a new dad. Nothing ever seemed to line up. And she said every time, and I would go do other work, and every time I would say, I'm done with comics forever. And she'd just look at me and she'd be like, nope. She's like, the first thing I ever learned about you was that you were going to be a comic book artist. And there were no other aspects of it other than, I need to do this. And she is so... It means a lot to her to write this introduction. It means a lot to me. But I'm just telling you right now, guys, just... Yeah, this is big, man. What we're doing in this space is big. I feel like that's more of an indictment of art schooling. I agree with that. Yeah, I can indict that. Yeah, Timmy Mello's like, yep. Yeah, and we can talk about that all day, man. In terms of not just art school, but in terms of all critical theories and all of that kind of stuff come from they've affected everything, which is before you even know how to build something, teaching people how to criticize a thing. And the problem with that is it's purely destructive. They learn how to be articulate at tearing things down. That makes them scrutinize themselves to the point to where they don't create things. And then you get entire, collections of people that are entirely built on tearing things down and entirely built on that negativity. And for artists, it's poison. Nobody is going to take a chance. No corporation is going to come up with something called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It is not happening. It takes an artist on that big leap of faith, and sometimes I think over-critiquing stuff to the point to where, you are just completely frozen, right, in worship of perfection is the worst thing you can do when something is in its infancy. Let these things unfold organically. Don't try to judge what something is going to be from the first 5 seconds, you spend time with it. That's the stuff that I think is really important for artists, and I can't overstate it. It's a big thing. Let's see here. Nor Olives. There you go. John's coming at it hard. Hail, Marcus Kellegrew. It's great to see you, my friend. How are you doing? Hail to you, brother. Yeah, extra olive, says Snuggy Jr. Yeah, that's very much what it is. Dan Plagle, my brother, how are you doing? Let me know how you're doing in the chat. Keep positive and be kind. That's always been my philosophy. And you want to know something, Dan? I'm going to tell you this right now, man. I was thinking about you yesterday for a bunch of different reasons. One, I think your positivity, of course, your strength of character. But I was also thinking of, and I know this is ridiculous, but you know what I mean, that shared love of comic books and those fun conversations, right? The conversation about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, conversation about Tim Vigil. I've been in a very, probably because, the book's being lettered and all that stuff right now, which is great. But I've been in a very nostalgic zone right now and feeling so much love for comics, I can't even tell you. And agreed, Dan. Agreed. Yeah, you got to stay there, man. Yeah, Team Bookmark. There you go. Yeah, hello, friend. Dan, much love in the chat. Ride or die. That's how it is. Hashtag done forever. Maybe. Is this the Past Master, Dan? That's right. An open, universal marketplace. Amen, amen. Oh my gosh, I'm so far behind. Hey, chat, what is Shanth drawing? The Lucent 2 Painted Death. 2009 as an art major. They said there's no career in being a comic artist in my college. What an absolute shame, man. Thankfully, I graduated with a different major, but I wish I got that time back. You know what's sort of funny is I've had moments like that myself, and I will say that when you start to, and I know you will, and I have utter faith in you on this one, Timmy, is that when you reframe them and you see them as just another thing that helped fortify what your beliefs were when somebody challenge them. Like, I tell people, there have been times where people have put me in a situation where I've betrayed my own principles because, well, in some cases, I was, when you're a kid, you can't do much, but it's, and I had quite a hell of a lot of principles then, but just times when you said, no, this ain't right, I don't like this thing, with my art or anything else. Art's easier to talk about that because that definitely happened. I gave up my love of comics. I tried to be more sophisticated, like my college was telling me. But all it's done in the end is strengthen what I am as an artist. Now I'm like Pulp, unabashedly, sexiness, action, danger, mystery. That's what it's about. I wonder myself after today. There you go. Okay, I'm wondering what that was, but I feel like I missed something. Let me just double check. Yes, an open universal marketplace. I got you. Did someone say criticize? Says the groomsman. The groomsman's known me since 1994. My positiveness should be annoying him by now. With a pen and a pad, that's what it's about. That is what it's about. Happy Thursday, everyone, says the groomsman, my brother from another mother. If you are not following the groomsman on Twitter, do yourself a favor, man. And are you a mod groomsman? Holy heckfire, you are not. Hang on a second. Hang on a minute. I grabbed it. See, guys, look at how old I am. I'm just grabbing the wrong thing. That sounds terrible. I'm not going to finish that sentence. Jeez Louise. Oh, heaven help me. Let's see. Gosh, why do they have so many options now? This is crazy. All right, groomsman, I think you're a moderator. Please drop your Twitter link in there. Michael Deach, it is great to see you, my friend. Let me see if I can get this to work. Where are you, Michael? Where is it? Where's Michael? Where's my man? Where'd he go? You can learn a lot. Why is it covering up that now? You can learn a lot from a brief trip down the wrong path. And, you and I have talked about that on stream, too. It's one of those things. Holy heckfire. Language! I'm about to get wrenched. Glory be. That's right. I can't believe you aren't. Yep, rip. 94 was in high school. That was my senior year of high school was in 94. My first year of college, that fall, was 94. This is a new one for me. There you go, guys. There you go. Let me move this around because this is... There we go. It's covering up my chat there. Boob Dan, we love you too. That is absolutely right. I've taken some edible gummies. Don't have any right now, so just resting. Excellent. Excellent. How are they helping? Are they helping with the nausea? Let me know, man. Yeah, I have the power. That's right. Wrenches are like armor vest in some chats. Yeah, it's the wrenching. Awesome one. Mod me like a beast. No. Oh my god, you killed me. What is up, Phil? How are you doing, brother? It's great to see you. Yeah, this is the fun thing about it, right? Some of these cats I know in CG, some of these cats, we're fortunate enough to be on the same continent, So every now and again, I can send Phil a text and be like, "Hey, this is what I'm working on for Razor Fist, man. How's it going?" And it's just so fun to share art. And then he gets to share artwork with me too of all the stuff he's working on. Guys, this is a cool scene. It's a great place to be if you are going to be in a entertainment creative thing, and you want, like, basically you guys are watching the behind the scenes features in real time as they happened, raw, unedited, uncut. You guys are seeing, you know, the process right here. And there's been no time like this in art history where you're able to watch this stuff happen. And it's going to be, I mean, you can't really, I guess, watch a writer do his writing. Otherwise, you know, I don't know if that would be a good idea for the writer. But you get to see people in real time making this work. And I would give anything to be able to be a fly on the wall watching, you know, Kevin Eastman, Peter Laird doing their stuff, man. That would be fantastic. Me? I'm a cat in America. I mean, look at the profile pic. Yeah, laugh out loud. Mod me like one of your French pizzas. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, my gosh. My brother's usage saved his life. He had a fatal, that his doctor told him he was the 1%. There you go. You got this. You absolutely got this, brother. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do, Dan. That's right, man. Look at all the love here, man. I love this stuff. John, cracking up. Phil's sightings are becoming increasingly common. It is very, very true. Justin Kingston says, I have to go eat some dinner. Excellent, Justin. Grab some dinner. But it'd be great to see you again on a future trip to Rhode Island. I'm out a few times a year, and I'll actually be there soon. Keep being awesome. You too, Justin. Keep being awesome, brother. Iron Age, Iron Age. That is right, man. The groomsman. Mod me like there's no tomorrow. Mod me, Amadeus. Iron Age metal as well. The king of the world. Indeed, it is a rare age. That it is. Yeah, Johnny, hey, my brother, Dan Lawless, it's great to see you, man. Laugh out loud. I'm a mod on a show called The Dump. My God, that's intense. The show is called The Dump. That's rather something, you know. I don't know really what to say about that. That is a thing. That is a thing that happened. You know, what can I say? Everybody's saying hello, hello, hello. So let me get back to this. Crazy party of ours. So yeah, so let me show you guys what's happening on the other side of this thing. This is happening. So this is what it looks like on the other side of the transfer process. It gives me just enough placement. It gives me just enough of an ability to see, you know, what is happening underneath it, so that I can get the sweet science, the math of this whole thing to be correct. Because that's really ultimately what the layout is for. And I've tried just doing these bigger painting layouts on the board. And sometimes I do it. Sometimes it works. But at certain scales where I really want to be mindful of things, like I want this to be the most versatile image that I can do. Because if it ends up a trading card, if it ends up a cover, if it ends up flipped one way versus another, I want it to work in with the top and bottom both working if they're flipped, and I want it to be something that looks good small, but also looks good when it's blown up on a poster. So that's the big thing, man. Let's see here. I mainly take them to calm my body while I take chemo. It really stresses my body. Yeah, it does. That'll absolutely do it. And feels like I might pass out. Usually I have them at the house and take them in the evening to be able to sleep. Some friends of mine, I don't know if it's the exact same thing, but I've had so many friends of mine who have been through that experience who say it's better than anti-nausea medication like Zofran for them, because it also helped them to have an appetite, depending on what you're getting and how it's affecting you. But yeah, man, Godspeed and good health to you, brother. We love you, and we're praying for you, and we're sending you good wishes. And I'm going to do that after the stream, actually. Let me see here. Hey, Phantasmagorical, says Marcus Kellegrew. How to draw comics with Dan Lawless. I haven't seen you on stream lately. Have you been hibernating? Yeah, that's right. We got to get him on a stream here. Michael Bancroft just wants me to know he's lurking. He wants me to know. Lurkcroft in the house. Yo, Bancroft. That's right. Hey, Michael Deach. Hey, Michael Bancroft. Greets Bancroft. That's right. You got to. You got to. Oi, oi, Michael Bancroft. Top and bottom working. If they flip, no comment. Exactly right. Yeah, well, here's the thing. The bottom of this piece, I want it to just be really powerful. So, lots of A and D. That's right. You guys are killing me, man. Phantasmagorical Plagle sending you so many great vibes and much to the munchiest of love. There you go. Sorry if I missed your Hail Phantasmagorical. I'm listening and working. Please, yeah, guys, appreciate you being here, but, if you're working, no need for apologies to anybody. We all know how it goes. At the Groomsman, I'm actually deep into working on my own comic. Yeah! That's right. I finished my 8-pager, and I'm ready for more work. Congratulations, Marcus. That's great. Michael Deach says, hey, Snuggy. Michael Bancroft saying hello to Snuggy Jr. Tank Ferret. Hello, Michael Bancroft from John Bancroft, says Phantasmagorical. Michael Bancroft from Hostman Socrates. Hey, man, Shanth was talking about your wild boar days. All clean stuff. Wow, I have no idea what we're talking about, but right on. Working on the site. Nice. That's right, guys. That's where we got to go. That's the future. How to Draw Comics by Dan Lawless. Even better. Ready to back, man. And ready to back you, Michael. We are singing your praises and ready to go. Coopcroft. There you go. Michael Deach, Hostman Socrates. Yeah, that's me. That's right. That is you, actually, in this painting. Let's see here. Dan Lawless. Hi, Michael. Michael. Hail, dude, from Siege. Skunk Artworks. Hey, Michael Bancroft. Dan Lawless. Your own IP for the win. That's right. Look at this stuff, man. Look at all the love here. You gotta love this stuff. I hope I'm clicking on all of these, because sometimes it doesn't work, but what are you gonna do? It's an ongoing process. What's up, channel member Shipper Militia? It's great to see you, my friend. I hope you are doing well. So let me get back to a little bit of painting and drawing here. Let's do just a little bit, just wafer thin, just a wafer thin mint. There we go. And so getting these stairs in here, they're going to be falling apart, and there's going to be they're being kind of sucked into this kind of surreal environment that is this entire piece. But the thing that was just driving me crazy when I was working on this was getting this boat here into the piece as a part of the composition. I really felt it was necessary, because it was really about the journey, and it was really about the mirroring of figure and transportation here with the Ducati motorcycle that I've got up here on this part. So it's kind of like a mirror of the piece for those of you guys coming in late. And then just kind of roughing in where Ella is going to be, and then this great fun panel. All this stuff will probably change and move around a little bit when it's painted, but it's going to be different. Yeah, I mean, I had this image of both a bunch of different paintings. I had Winslow Homer's The Old Man in the Sea painting he did. I had the Carson of Venus painting Frazetta did, and then I had a painting by Howard Pyle of a ship that is beautiful. So I had to do it, man. Yeah, stairs are always the key to the story, as is the frog. And guys, check out that link to the Lucent comic right there. Sign up for that email list. Make it happen. Let me see here. Did you hear David's story about his Spider-Man costume? I did not hear that story. Hey, what's up, Odin? How are you doing, brother? Hello, Shanth. Wonderful people chatting. Hail. It is great to see you, Odin. My God, man, it's been a minute. I mean, things have been so completely just crazy lately. We're having some wild weather up here. I am one of those people who is easily affected by allergies and stuff like that. But the smoke that we got up here from those the Canadian fires really just did a number on me, man. I just could not stop coughing for a bit. It was really frustrating. But yeah, I mean, it's great when I see people I haven't seen in a bit, because we sit around, we do our artwork, we talk about, what we're doing, and it's all good vibes, man. It's all good vibes, and it's crazy because, what is it, they say, since you can't change reality, seek to change, the way that your eyes, can experience reality, which is, again, that gratitude thing is big. That gratitude thing, it's not about making reality more subjective. It's because that's just poison, that poison of subjectivity, as I think C.S. Lewis wrote. But it's about, realizing that there are people that are doing honorable things and positive things every single day, that you can go out there and see. Yep, orange smoke, yeah, that's right. They are those crazy Canadians, but we love our crazy Canadian fans. Canada, I will say this, even though he was born in California, thank you for Todd McFarlane. Thank you for Travis Charest. We appreciate it. It's a big thing. Awesome one. Hey, did you just get wrenched too? That's interesting. What a thought. Let's see here. Yeah, 100%. There you go. We had microstorms all week. Cause of Canada. Oh, geez. Yeah, that was crazy. Potassium chloride burn orange. Yes. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, there have been some... That's the craziest stuff, man. That stuff is all above my pay grade. But, you know, it's... What's so cool to me about this... I've done... There's this... Justin, who was here earlier, was talking about, you know, inspiration and all of those kinds of things and where do you get stuff from. You really do, when you're doing a painting like this, you really do have to kind of let go a bit, because if you don't, you're going to, you might reference things to the point to where you lose that energy. So I always try to have artwork that inspires me on my mind. So when I was drawing the motorcycle, or painting the sketch of the motorcycle driving away, trying to get that vibe, I was thinking of this particular shot of the motorcycles racing away at the during the opening action scene in Akira. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's all this stuff that's great. Yeah, don't forget about John Byrne. Amen. Yeah, and congrats to the groomsmen. Yeah, there you go. Let's see here. Let's see here. Look at all this exciting stuff going on. Environment. Let's see here. Time to... Yeah, thanks, John. Now I have to be... I don't have to be nice anymore. Time to abuse my power. That's right. You know, and it's kind of a crazy thing to me, because there's this aspect of me to where it was like when Razorfist sent some... I mean, Razorfist, my goodness, he sent me some great photo reference for the Bergman 1896 Model 3, and his hand holding it in a glove, which I really, really needed, posed in the right way. But it's like, sometimes with me, if I don't get, you know, reference, it's almost better for me to look at the reference, study the reference, get that into my head, and then sort of say, all right, now let's just draw it. Like, let's learn it, now let's draw it, and not try to draw from reference, because it'll mess you up. Shanth, I just tweeted out my new t-shirt design. I'd love you to see it. Oh my god, hang on a second. I want to... Let me see. I don't think I can share it because of this Ecamm thing, but I'm going right now. Post that. Can you post the link in the chat, Michael? Can you post that link for us so we can open it up in a window and check it out? Let me see here. Where's my boy? Michael. Come on. There we go. There we go. How come... hold on a second. I got a thing. Okay. I'm so bad at this. It's actually kind of painful. So, there you go. Where is it? Dang. Come on now. There it is. There we go. Oh, snap. Oh. So good. Michael, congratulations, man. That is awesome. Holy cow. So good, dude. So good. Dang, man. I love it. I absolutely love it, Michael. That is so good, dude. Holy cow. See what I'm saying? There's always something positive going on, man. There's always something positive. You see what I mean? That t-shirt design is AWESOME. Awesome. Oh, snap, called. That's right, man. Look at that, dude. Do you guys see what I'm talking about? Bring that positivity, man. Bring that positivity like a strike and a bolt of lightning. Boom. Do it, man. I can't pull it up, unfortunately, in Ecamm because I have no idea how the hell to do that. But the link is there. Open it in another window. It is so good. It is so good. Yeah, man. Look at this stuff, guys. We can do anything. Do you understand? We can do anything. When people say we can't do anything, let me tell you something right now, guys. First of all, they can get out of our faces with that stuff. Let's be real, guys. This was done by two people in New England not far from here who barely had a pot to piss in at the time. And they put this book together. They were creative. They made it happen. Okay? This is the stuff that gets me completely excited about what we're doing. God, I have to have more cool stuff around here. Where the heck did it all go? Because I know I have it. This right here. I have 3 of these. One's out of the box over there. This right here was done. Let me see if I can make this happen without the light reflecting. This right here was done by a humble frog merchant. And if you don't know this, I cut the first trailer where I just took something out of a stream for the, for the first Cyberfrog action figure stream. Go to Ethan's channel or type in Cyberfrog action figures and you'll see a trailer that's 2 minutes long so you wouldn't have to keep re-explaining it. And now look at what I've got in my hands right here. My favorite scale of action figure. Look at this thing, man. This is the best. This is what it's about. If you can find kindred spirits, people who will back you and support you and help your work to flow, but also to have a good time in this environment, try to make something beautiful in this world. That is gold. And when I see that t-shirt, Michael, beautiful. It's absolutely great, man. We're taking it to them. Yeah, the mainstream is livid, man. And shout out to young Rippa, too. Eric July for killing it, man. Do you guys know what I mean? I remember when Ethan was going to Walmart to get pie. I miss those days. Because I feel like he was a pie enabler. But what are you going to do? But I remember when Ethan was going to get pie, and he was going there, and he was so excited about Star Wars action figures. I remember when he got his Sideshow Jabba the Hutt, and he was so excited, and he said, we're going to put this in our living room, and Andrea said, no. Great reference to A Christmas Story. And my wife was like, he's not really going to put that in his living room. I was like, no, baby, he's kidding. It's not really going to do that. He wants to stay married. But to hear him talk about the Playmates Toys thing and all that stuff happening, he was talking, I think, since the very first Cyberfrog campaign of the dream of making action figures. If we're excited about each other and we, like, in terms of, let's be really clear, be excited about enthusiasm, but also acknowledge when people bring something special and great to the game. Do you know what I mean? Not everybody is equal, even though everybody has equal opportunity. And when somebody is got a special gift when it comes to creativity and productivity, like making an action, making a comic book is so hard. Making a comic book by yourself is so damn hard. Making an action figure is that by a factor of like 100. Do you know what I'm saying? And you can get it done. Yeah, you can donate ISOM books if you want to as well. Donate Drunk 3PO books as well. I love that, man. Drunk 3PO is another great guy. Those pies, though, were so good, man. Walmart pie is fine. Cyberfrog indeed frogged around and found out. That is right. Pyman got froggy with it. I remember when he burned those soy pants, man. We go way back. No crust to thin. No slice to thick. EVS. That's absolutely right, man. I get excited about this stuff. And so when I look at Michael Bancroft's freaking amazing t-shirt for the Lucent, I'm pumped, guys. This is something that's happening everywhere. What is up, Crenshaw? How are you doing, my friend? Hail to you. It's great to see you. Yeah, you can donate books. Let's just see here. Oh my gosh, it just jumped big time on me. Hail, Crenshaw. Awesome when that charity thing drove a stake through the heart of his haters. Yeah, it did, man. Hello, Crenshaw. Hello, Crenshaw. Everybody's saying hello, hello, hello. And it's great to see. But, man, I'm telling you guys, when I saw... I gotta be honest with you, too. I'm not too big into the posable action figures. Like, I like them to be posable, but I'm a big fan of the sculpt, and I love those PVCs. But this is both a great sculpt with posability, which is what I like. I'm one of those people who errs on the side of the sculpt. Like, I have a NECA, Boris Karloff Frankenstein, and the dang thing looks exactly like Boris Karloff. I could use it for reference. It is so good. Do you know what I mean? But I've always been much more of a sculpt and accuracy guy when it came to figures. So seeing Cyberfrog, and I have to tell you, I did not back personal preference. I did not back the 90s Cyberfrog because for me. And I'm not as much of a, like, I'm a completist in certain things, but not as much with figures like some people are. Like, I buy action figures as I can afford them. But the first artwork of Ethan's I ever really saw, the first book of his I ever bought was Cyberfrog #1. So, to me, there was something beautiful about that, because after they ran the guy down, after they put him down, after all of the BS that he went through, and I think I even wrote this to him in an email, you know, I was like, man, I don't think you're racist. I don't think any of us people think that any of this bullshit. And I became a fan of your artwork. A fan of your artwork because of Cyberfrog, man. Because of Cyberfrog. Actually, I think I said that on a stream, come to think of it. But you guys know what I'm talking about. You guys know what I'm talking about. We can make this stuff happen. When I was a kid, you know, New York and all of that stuff, man, that was, like, you can't get there from here, man, when I was growing up in Chattanooga. You know, like, Atlanta was the closest I got to, you know, big cities. And I'd been to India. I'd been all over the world, funny enough, in certain ways. But New York was this thing that was in, like, Crocodile Dundee, man. It was in movies. And so I would send out submissions, to, like, when I was 12 or 13 to Marvel and DC and get rejection letters, which I think I still have some of those kicking around somewhere, and continue doing that in college. But the thing that made me dream of being a comic book artist and self-publish my first 2 comic books before I, you know, did some indie pro work and all that stuff, that stuff was inspired by Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That stuff was inspired by an indie creator can come out and make great stuff and make it happen, you know? You're like Todd McFarlane in that sense. In terms of Ethan is, I think? Yeah. I mean, Ethan's, yeah, he's totally crushing it, man. There's a charity tier on Tug's campaign as well. There you go. Yep, that umbrella guy. Yeah, I've got an original painting I wanted to give him that I did. I did way back. Yeah, Tug is a solid dude. Yeah, he is, man. He's a solid dude, and God bless him and his family. You know. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Tug's a great guy, man. I sent him an email, interestingly enough. And he had been, I mean, it was crazy. I did this painting, it was inspired by him, and then all this crap happened. It was like during that, like, doxing time and stuff that happened. But I sent him a message that I am not the kind of person who's goes out a lot, goes to conventions and things. And his footage of his first anime Matsuri was so great because it felt like you were there. He spent so much time walking the floor. And I just wrote him to thank him for that stream. I was like, thank you for introducing me to Anime Matsuri. Thank you for, you know, all of your great streaming, your positivity, and all of the cool stuff you do, your love of comics. And I've only grown to appreciate him more with all the Johnny Depp stuff because that was a grave injustice. It's great to see him, man. He walks the walk. He's a good dude, man. He's a really good dude. And sometimes his web guy pops in here, which was really cool to meet him as well. We got some great people around, man. We got some guys. I mean, we gotta be positive, just because. Or how do I put this? What did my mom say to me once? You don't gotta do anything but be proud and die. But I always say this, man. Yeah, dear Tug, I don't go out much. Love Shanth. You know it's true, dude. You know it's true. Yeah, Shanth is a neat maybe. Yeah, you know it's possible. It's possible. But this is the thing. Yes, there's always stuff of every flavor going on around us. Negative stuff, nihilistic stuff, bad stuff, blah, blah. But we can choose to champion the better stuff, the great stuff, and it will make us feel better. And not make us feel better, it'll make the world a better place, man. It'll make everything a better place. People can sort out things. People can sort their stuff out. You know, people can you can have a tough time, you can go through difficult things, and you can actually heal and get to a better place. I've seen this happen so many times. It's happened in my own life, and I always just say, guys, you know, when you're feeling at your lowest, put stuff around you by people who are realists, pragmatists, read some Stoic philosophy, and then just go after it and get excited and get people fired up to get out there and do shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. Speaking of, oh gosh, my glasses just fell down. I was like, why is that out of focus? Speaking of Cyberfrog, I just backed Salamandroid's Death Sting while the window is still open. Hell yeah, man. The Malin variant was the cover I targeted. Yeah, Malin has been crushing it with his work lately. I saw this piece he did for Eric Weathers the other day, and it was amazing. Let's see here. Hey, Jim Cox celebrates 1 month membership. Ignore negativity. Well said, Jim Cox. God bless you. And I want to send you a cheerleader for your 1 month anniversary. Many happy returns, my friend.
Charge!
That's okay, John. I got you the newest wrench. And Jim Cox, that is absolutely true, man. And not only ignoring that negativity, right, but just focus your positivity. Focus your eyes and burn the things you look at with the things you're passionate about. I think it was Ray Bradbury who said that when he was talking about his friendship with the other late, great Ray Harryhausen. And he said, we learned early on to take the things we loved, dinosaurs, fantasy stories, creatures, monsters, and just focus on it and to burn these subjects with our gaze. We look into them and make those things our life and look at how those things went for them. You can make amazing things happen in your life. Gosh, again, I feel like I'm going to start seeing Prince of Egypt. But if you realize that the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. to quote, I think it was Marcus Aurelius who said that one. And so make sure you're always doing that, man. Let's see here. YMMV, I just find the world outside my place depressing. Can't take 5 steps out the door without being on 2 to 3 different security cameras. Yeah, and I'm going to tell you this, though, Simply Green. You're looking good. So those cameras can't handle it, man. You're too hot to handle. Always say that to yourself. Hail Jim Cox, 100% indeed. My wallet is currently screaming at me. It happens, man. Mine is screaming at me, too. Mine is screaming at me, too. You know when you say to yourself, do I need to back this book? You know, I think I can back this book, right? I can replace that crown that fell off, like, later. Yep. Ain't nothing under that tree for me. I know it happens. It happens, man. Yeah. Charge leaders, indeed. Yeah. Hey, Michael Bancroft, says Jim Cox, legend. Mr. Monkey Boy 1969, it is great to see you. Chatterbox, good vibes, indeed. Yeah, man. God bless you. You know that's how I roll. Jim Cox, says Phantasmagorical. How long you in for at Jim Cox with a little policeman there. There you go. Oh, I'm roboting a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. There's weather going on. CCTV Society. I'm sorry, guys. Let me check the stream here. Hang on a second. Let me see if do I got something going on here? Do I have something that's giving me trouble? Let me see here. Because we could be having some epic weather here. Let me see. See how the roboting's going. Yeah, it's having some things. It's having some things. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it, guys. Just let me know, man. Let me know. Sometimes it's gonna do that. I don't know what is going on with it. But yeah. So this is the thing for me, right? It's this painting that I'm doing is going to be both, I think, it's going to be another jump up. I want to salute. The link is in the description. I hope it's still there for BECKONED RECOURSE. If it's not, someone please drop it in the chat. That was a big breakthrough painting for me. And Michael saw it, and I think that's when he started thinking about, oh man, maybe I should have Shanth do something for the Lucent, because up until that point, he just hated my work. It is what it is. We're going to try to squash that beef, but there's not much we can do. And he saw that, and I just went, okay, well, how the heck, like, it's not like I can just do a repeat of something like that, because that just was, you know, you get visited by the muse sometimes, and you thank God for it. This is the thing, right? When this idea happened, you guys watched it. It happened on a stream. I was just sitting here and I go, I think I'm going to try to draw some Lucent stuff. It was maybe 1 minute before the stream started. I started sketching on it, and I said, it just came to me. And that's how that stuff works, man. I thought it was me. Yeah. Monther. That's right. Yeah. Past Master Dan. Life 30 days at a time. There you go. Okay, there has been micro lag most... Oh, okay. There has been micro lag most of the stream. Oh, that's annoying. Police would owe everyone. It comes and goes. I got you. Maybe if I could charge for my appearances. That is... Yeah, seriously, though. That's absolutely right. Awesome one. I thought it was me. Too much wrench. It's true. I won't say the F word. Oh, man. Let me see here. What is going on? Let me see if I can... Let me just do this here. I do this. And then I'm going to see if I can do this. And I want to see how we're doing here. That is so strange, man. Yeah, it looks like there's a little bit of laggy shenanigans happening. Maybe what we should do is rewind a little bit and let it play, because I think it just could be something going on. It could be because we have a storm here. I'm not really positive. Or storm coming. That could be it. Storm's coming. So we'll see. Yeah, just rewind it a little bit. It'll lag, but we'll still be here, man. You know. Oh, thank you, Groomsman. That's right. No fiber optics in Rhode Island. Yeah, I know. I've got this plugged into a landline, so I don't know why the heck it's having trouble. Maybe something's loose or something like that. Let me double check something. That would be a shame if that was the case. I'd feel a little bit foolish. Let me see if anything improves. But what do you call it? But yeah, I mean, what I'd like all of you guys to remember too when we're doing this stuff, and whenever we're doing our work, is we were looking at Michael Bancroft's. Can't believe I was drawn off frame again. We were just looking at Michael Bancroft's t-shirt design over on his Twitter feed. We are making some of the coolest stuff. I was looking at Eric July's iSum hats. All of that stuff has been great, man. Yeah, I don't know what is going on. Yeah, the one thing I'm liberal with, for F's sake. Yeah, that's absolutely right, man. That's absolutely right. Guys, let me know how it's looking right now, because this is so strange, man. Let me see. Maybe something is going to happen there. It's fine. It's only half a second. Okay, gotcha. All right. So we'll just keep on trucking, man. We'll just keep on trucking. But yeah, when it comes to this stuff, I see so much great productivity happening. And whenever I hit an obstacle, what I really love about being in Comicsgate, and I love about Iron Age, for those of you guys writing novels or whatever else it is, and I'm in that as well, one of the things I often say is that we get a real immediate feedback of, what is it, that we want to do. Like, if we want to make something cool happen, we just make it happen. And that is the craziest thing, because you kind of survive based on your own skill and based on how you do things. But the cool thing about that is, not only are you responsible for everything, but you do have some degree of control over what you make and improving what you do. And so, as I know Eric often says, when he says, beat on that skill, he's absolutely right. Make sure you're just improving what you do and learning new things. There's going to be a jump in everybody's work. There's going to be, and also, that goes even into being a fan. Reconnect. For me, I've been reconnecting with the stuff I'm doing. Interesting. Sticks going on. I'm not exactly sure what that was. I don't let the hate go. Oh, yeah, there you go. I don't let the hate go to my heart, and I don't let the praise go to my head. Dennis Prager, indeed. Rhode Island is the capital of SlowNet. I believe it. We ain't the capital of much. We're too tiny. Yeah, must be burning more trees up there. Yeah, absolutely. Hair is on point. Yeah, this is... I don't know how many illustrators I have this conversation with where we go, yeah, I mean, being an illustrator is just really about drawing hair. That's really why we got into this stuff. You know what I mean? It just, it allows, like, there's this, like, glorious Art Nouveau thing that I just have always loved of Alphonse Mucha stuff. And I'm going full Mucha as much as I can with the stuff I'm doing right now. I think you guys probably saw that in the Razor Fist piece I'm doing, that Western. I went really crazy on. Let me move this up just a little bit. There we go. So we can get, you can see the Ducati right there driving away. Very Akira. Got to split. All right, Odin, you take care, my friend. Absolutely take care. John is. Let's see here, and have a great one. And thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it, Odin. I appreciate it so much. Past Master Dan. In a couple of years, and everyone will be Comicsgate. We are inevitable. Yeah, I agree with that too. Yeah, it's really strange, man. The groomsman at John Tees. Let me see here. At John Tees. That's right. Off chat again. There you go. Gosh, it's brutal up in here, man. John is my Reenie Wrench hero. Blush. There you go. Let me see here. Past Master Dan. I agree 100%. I've been refining the sort of things I thought were... let's see. I've been refining the sort of things I thought were gone. That is absolutely right. Yeah, be safe, Odin, from Timmy Mello. This is the thing. This right here is a fifth printing that one I was showing before of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles first graphic novel, because I have the IDW stuff, I have the artist edition of Ninja Turtles, the first issue, but I wanted to have that memory of the book. I wanted a readable copy, not one that was bagged and boarded, that I could just flip through and remember, the ads at the time, and remember, what it was like to see those original colors. Kevin Eastman colored the first issue of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for that collection, so you see a lot of his work in it. And I just picked up the new NECA Mirage Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that, my God, everybody reviewing these things is just copying the person before them. They're calling them the Jim Lawson Ninja Turtles. They're absolutely not, and it drives me nuts because I'm actually a crazy big fan of that era. So what are you going to do? Yeah, see Odin from the groomsman. My name is Luca. I live on the second floor. Yeah, that's what my bunny is saying right now. He's thumping away and causing trouble. Actually, not right now. He's been good. Yeah, be safe, Odin. Cool. Just making sure I got everything. Awesome one. I live on the second floor. He knew it. He knew it. You knew it was going to happen. Yeah, man. That's how we do. That is how we do. So, yeah, there's great stuff happening, man. And I tell you what, I feel more... everybody gets frustrated about the economy and how much things are costing and how difficult those things can be and all of that sort of stuff. But I try to remember that positivity is so important to foster in yourself and help inspire people, because that's, if we're all trying to bring something like that out into this world, then not only will it be good for other people in terms of, the positivity, good for the health of the world, the spiritual health of the world, but we may need it at some point. And it's always something that I always say that, it's like you may need a positive voice one time. So now, if you're in a moment right now where you don't need that and you've got the energy, Be that positive voice for somebody else. It will come back around. Don't wait for it. Don't think that you are, what's the word I'm looking for, entitled to it. Do it for the right reason, and it will affect things. It always does. That's been my experience anyway. It always does. There we go. Oh, guys, let's do this. This is so fun. I love doing stuff like this. Ta-da! Look at how it's coming together, man. Look at how that transfer is working. So excited, man. Yeah, I remember holding the first issue of TMNT at Blue Moon Comics and going, man, you should have bought it and then had that thing slabbed. We'd be rich. We'd be rich, I tell you. What is up, 80s Made consumer? I don't know if you like new toys with retro stuff, man, but 80s Made, you've got to check out the Mirage Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4-pack that NECA just came out with. Holy cow. Sorcery, says Michael Bancroft. Well, you would know, man. You would know, man. Sorcery's all what it's about your book, man. That stuff is awesome. But I look at this kind of thing, and it's like, look at this, guys. Look at what we're doing here, man. This is the fun part of what we do. Oh, let me move it up so you guys can see more of it. Look at how that layout's being transferred, man. I mean, it's a blast. Let me see if I can adjust the focus here. Use manual focus. Let me see here. That's out of focus. That's right. I think that's the sweet spot right there. But look at how those stairs are going to come together. Wait till you see me start putting paint on this thing, because that is the next step. It's going to be sick. It is going to be so cool. And I cannot wait, man. I cannot wait, because Michael and I have like quite the long history in CG, man. Quite the long history. He was like one of the first friends I made in CG. So I love that, man. TMNT is the best. You can never argue with that 80s Made consumer. Never argue. Oi, 80s Made consumer, says Past Master Dan. The animation brought out the characters where the comic may have failed. Yeah, it's interesting. You meet people who are... Like, I remember watching on... I think it was like our smallest channel in Chattanooga, Tennessee that started playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And it wasn't even a phenomenon there yet. And I loved that cartoon. Love that cartoon. I love the 1990s movie, and I love the original Mirage comics. I just absolutely love them. Yeah, it's great stuff, man. It's great stuff. Oh, I'll do Unholy Things for NECA. Yeah, I'm there. I've absolutely been there. That's why I remember it. Amen, man. A's Made Consumer, YouTube at A's Made Consumer. Thank you for dropping that link here. Hold on a second, guys. I have not opened these yet. Hang on one sec here. I'm going to try. Let's see if this works. See if I can not harm myself and fall. Well, if I fall down, I fall down. I don't care if this is dead airspace, because this has got to happen. You guys have earned this. I don't usually open things like that. I'm one of those people who like waits, but I'll be right back. Hang on, guys. Got to make sure I don't have my my address here showing. Let me see. Where is my knife? Dang it. It's not there. Is it under here? Ah, there it is. Sorry, guys. This is going to be terrible audio for a sec. Try not to cut my hand here. That would be unfortunate. I have been wanting versions of I love the first issue Turtles, but I have been wanting a version of this, because this reminds me of that trade paperback cover, and I hope this is it. That would be so great if it was. Yeah! Woo! Guys, friends, Romans, countrymen, I'm going to fall over getting into this chair. This is a very, very, very tight spot here, so let's see how it goes. There we go. How's that for professional, folks? How is that for professional? So let me... the least professional streamer in the business. This is what just came in the mail, guys. Let me turn off this light real quick because I'm not painting. This is what just came in the mail. These are the new Ninja Turtles from NECA. They're apparently available in Target. I don't know. And they were at San Diego Comic-Con. Look, behold, these beauties. Look at these, guys. These are the classic Mirage Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, folks. These things are gorgeous. I have probably dreamed of having action figures of this version since maybe 1984, 1985. So there you go, guys. There you go. That is my Ninja Turtles. I know everybody's got their own. NECA's taking care of your animation turtles, everybody, but you know. Awesome One's like, no thank you, it's not my thing. Yeah, we all had our address and phone number on a big book that arrived at our house every year. That's right. Terrible basement noises ensue. The sound of people falling down. Ooh, cheesesteak. God, that makes me hungry. My friend from SVA drew the Archie TMNT for a pretty long run. Well, let me tell you, that was, I think, one of the first places I applied for a job when I was a kid, man. Yeah, absolutely right, man. The first TMNT comic I had was the crossover with Flaming Carrot. I remember that one. Todd McFarlane did a cover on that, I think. Yes, indeed. Attitude. I loved this stuff, man. I have to have goodbye money, says 80s made consumer. Yeah, the comic style shaded paint scheme is the shit. Yeah, I love that stuff. Yes. Awesome One's like, on a half shell. Indeed, man. Yeah, however you roll, whatever your turtles are, as long as you are down with the turtles, you're good people. That's the way it is. I won't have a bad word said about the turtles. That's just the way it is in this stream, man. Oh my lord. So yeah, that comic, I can't tell you like how it's the kind of comic that hits you when, you know, you see it as a kid. And the stories are very self-contained, and it's, you know, let me use that speaker there. There we go. I've got one of those little box speakers that I can move around to tilt the board so that I don't have to like strain my wrist as much. But man, I am so excited, man, that stuff is coming out. I mean, got my Cyberfrog action figure I haven't unboxed yet, which I will be doing because action figures are meant to be unboxed. I've already watched a couple of great reviews of it. Yeah, man. The sky is the limit, guys. We're going to keep going. I mean, Nosfero's being lettered right now by the great Eric Weathers. There's going to be all sorts of cool stuff happening. And once that has been such a massive undertaking on every level, creatively, every level you can imagine. And the amount of... I don't know what I'm going to feel when that thing is shipping out. You know, I just think it's going to be a overwhelming. It's going to be a big experience because I am so grateful for you guys for supporting this book and lifting this book up and allowing a fully painted fantasy Lovecraftian adventure story to come to life. You know, and and to be able to have hit that stretch goal, to have one of my artist brothers, Eric Weathers, doing the lettering and all that stuff. I mean, it's just a beautiful thing. And not to paraphrase Mr. T, but I pity the poor fool who missed out on that book, man. That's the way it is. When that first edition comes out, that's the first edition. You're going to have to get a second printing after that. Do not forget to show hospitality to strangers, for by doing so, some people have shown hospitality to angels without knowing it. Hebrews 13:2. Amen. Let's see here. I'm not going to let that one pass. Yeah, absolutely right, man. What? You know what? Look at this. What's happening here? Okay. Oh, there's stuff happening here. Awesome one. Most welcome. I suffered a... Oh my gosh. A hard drive crash and lost a link to do. I'm going to try to recover to recreate. Oh gosh, that hurts, man. Let's see here. Bam. There you go. Shanth, did you see my Cyberfrog unboxing video? I did not. Did you unbox it? Holy cow. Dan, I do, and tweeted it out. I gotta check that out, Dan. Holy cow, man. We gotta catch up. I did get a StreamYard account, even though I do most of these on Ecamm. So maybe we should do a stream together, you know, at some point. Maybe we can, like, grab the groomsman and get him to come in here too. He hasn't been on stream. Both of you guys, I've had him on stream once, but we haven't had I haven't had you on stream, and we have to do it, man. Dan, you and I always do a stream. That's the way it is. It's got to be done. We got to check in. So yeah, this is the sail on the boat, which is going to be a really fun. Dang, this is hard to get a good angle on. Sorry guys. Let me see if I can get that. It's not too bad, but I'm still gonna get a wicked shadow there. Sorry. Gosh, guys. Professionalism all the way with me. You know how it goes. Let's see here. Sorry, I can't always do, especially for a process like this, can't always get the camera angle exactly how I would like it to be. There we go. I just want to try to get that sweep there. And then moving that angle. There we go. Yeah, this is starting to come together. Yeah, Michael, this is going to be a stunner. As we say in New England. Really coming together. Now let me just test that. That's where I had that. There we go. Yeah, guys, keep that inspiration coming, man. Bring it into your life, man. Bring all of the stuff that you know you're passionate about and share it out there into the world. The reason why we ended up here, the reason why so many of us are CG or Fandom Menace or however you go, Ripaverse, Iron Age, fans of Razor Fist, fans of Tom McDonald, fans of all the independent creators who are working, is because we knew that there was something out there that we needed and nobody was making it, and we said we're just going to keep looking till we find it. And that's where all of the great stuff comes from. It's like being, you know, having, you know, somebody say, hey man, I know what you're talking about. I miss it too. And you see it and it's great, man. Let me see here. You're elated, relieved, and empty all at once. There you go. Oh, you'll feel, yes. Oh, you're right. When that book ships, you're not even kidding. Thank you, Groomsman, for dropping the link. I appreciate it. I know I will. My dream would be if you took on the painted toy packaging void in CG. Oh, cool. Or just made some toys, damn it. Yeah, I'd love to do that kind of stuff, man. Do not suffer, Nosfero. Regret back, Nosfero. That's right. 2, a feeling of gratefulness. I'm already filled up by that, man. Shanth gets the Lucent. Thank you, Michael. That means a lot, man. It's yeah, that's how I gotta be, man. That's how I gotta be. It's I love the book. I got the book from the very first image I saw of it, and I've been a fan ever since. And meeting a fellow creator and artist who is also a kindred spirit, you can't you can't you know, make that kind of thing happen. It's just grace, man. It's just grace, and I feel incredibly fortunate for how many kindred spirits I've met. And like I said, man, it's like if when people are struggling with a lack of and I don't mean this in a judgmental way at all, let me be clear, but when people are suffering from a lack of gratitude, watch some inspiring stories, man. Watch some stuff that inspires you. We all know movies and we all know stories that inspired us, you know, and inspired us to kind of feel that important human connection, man. I'll watch something every now and again, man, when I'm like my soul's running on empty. I'll watch something like Glory or something like that, and I'll just be like, all right, let's have it. Let's get after it, man. You know, 54th Massachusetts. My TMNT tattoo gets the most comments. Yep, though nobody knows who the Samurai Rabbit Usagi Yojimbo, man. Gotta love that stuff. Amen. The reason I ended up here is I'm a fan of Shanth. Oh, thanks, brother. You were one of the first. Let me tell you that. I just noticed the ferryman. Yeah, it's gotta happen. Yeah, man. You gotta love that stuff. Yeah, yo, gotcha. Yeah, I love that, Akimbo. Yo. I love this, man. The groomsmen, hey, where are those sharp elbows you were promising after being wrenched? Yeah, man. It's like, there's this glorious sort of nature of you know, when you are working in any kind of discipline. Like I must have watched maybe an hour or so of this particular Ducati motorcycle that is referenced in this book, and just kind of watching it move, watching people take different Ducati bikes out onto the track, and just trying to get a feel for it. Because I've drawn motorcycles before, I've painted motorcycles before, but there's this quality to the Lucent that is, it's sort of there's got elements at least that remind me of some of the lighting of a movie. I don't know if all of you guys have seen it, but Michael Mann's movie Heat is one of my favorite movies. It's one of the most Dante Spinotti is the cinematographer. He also did Last of the Mohicans with Michael Mann. 2 completely different time periods and subjects, but he paints with the camera. He paints Los Angeles. It's a gorgeous film if you haven't seen it. Jeremy Birds, channel member, it is great to see you, brother. How are you doing, man? Let's see here. The groomsmen, hey, where are the sharp elbows? Yeah, Death's Shores. Right on, man. And it's absolutely right. Hail to you, Jeremy Birds. It is great to see you, brother. John, I failed. I got a chance to be a tough guy and it ended up melting. I love it, man. I love it. It's so true, man. It's so true. But I love that stuff, you know. Man up, Shanth, you suck. Yeah. Do you remember what I told you? I called my 2 brothers from when I was waiting in the emergency room, or I think post-surgery for my appendix, that I went septic. It was bad. I almost died, man, from that. But hey, there's not really almost die. You either die or you don't. But I was in there and I told them, they said, "Are you okay, man?" I said, "Yeah." I asked them for a hand mirror when I was in the waiting room so I could look in it and say, "Suck it up." Actually, I was screaming it. It was pretty painful. Be right back, John. Excellent. We'll see you in a bit. That's out. Yo, 80s, indeed, man. Indeed. Yeah, man. That was rough, man. My sibling almost had the exact same thing happen. Almost died from an appendix rupture. And the thing I remembered that chastened me, we talked about, is when we feel pain, we don't carry on. And if you're not like acting like your appendix is rupturing, they don't think it's rupturing, and they make you wait in the waiting room. And both of us had that same dang experience. And because they look at you and they're like, this person's appendix can't be rupturing, and you're like, oh, but it is. When they found out I drove myself to the hospital, gosh, the doctor just yelled at me. It's like, you could have passed out. I'm like, oh, I don't pass out, man. It's not my I wish I did pass out later. Come to think of it, I did. Yeah. Because there was a paperwork mix-up, and I had to wait 15 hours for that surgery, man. That ain't good. You really got to jump on an appendix. It's one of the... don't jump on... You know what I'm saying. Don't jump on an appendix. It's not good. Yeah, floor mostly clean from pizza crumbs. Hey, listen, rock out with your pizza out, I think, is how they say it. Let me see here. Let's see here. Yeah, I went into... Oh, God. Yeah, man. I've heard some glorious appendix stories from people, man. It's an experience, man. It is definitely an experience. I always say, though, funny enough, because of my gratitude, I'm like, I could be born certain places in the world where things wouldn't have gone that way. I could be born at different time periods, and it would have been like, well, that was a good 30 years he had there. So, yeah, man. Actually, it was 29. I was about to turn 30. I know. Or I just turned 30. I think I did. I'm not sure. Can't remember, man, but it's crazy. I got to roll. See you guys. I will wrench better next time. Brother, I love you. Love to the family. Take care, man. And I miss you, boss. Let's see here. Yeah, see you, the groomsmen. Last one for the road. Indiegogo, Nosfero, the Crypt Walker. Thank you so much, brother, for putting that link in there, man. We've come full circle, and we're going to keep doing cool shit, man. I love it. Let me see here. I think my favorite was after lying around in A&E for, oh, God, man, 8 to 9 hours. When they finally saw me, they said, yeah, you were 30 minutes. Yep. I know, man. Well, thank God you're here. Shanth passed out more in college than he did for his appendix. Ayo! That's right. Pain don't hurt. That's exactly right. Stephen Rockwood drawing, you legend. It's great to see you back in the house. How's work been going, man? Let me know if you wrapped up. I hope everything has gone well today, man. Hope everything has gone swimmingly. I'm gonna have so much fun with this water and stuff and fire that I'm gonna have in this thing. It's gonna be like so fire. My kids are watching. They're probably mortified right now. There you go. But yeah, man, it's like I talk to people sometimes, and ever since when I was a kid, you'd meet people who were dealing with stuff. People who get bullied at school and all sorts of other garbage that I know a lot of us can relate to. And I would meet when I was going to comic conventions many moons ago when I was younger, and I had a booth for my comic book, Spring Ball. Every now and again, you'd meet somebody who you knew that they had a lot going on. This one kid who was in a wheelchair, I'll never forget him because his mom brought him and his friends there and everything. And he was in high school, I think. Like, he might have been like 15 or 16. And his mom gave me the sign, like, oh, hey, so Curial, it's great to see you, man. I know you've been in here probably waving people out. I sure believed it when Uncle Jesse's appendicitis. Oh, yeah, Full House was terrifying. Yeah, man. But you knew that his mom wanted him to get some actual, like, time with his friends alone. So she's like, is it okay if I, like, step away and leave him here? And I'm like, yeah, man, it's cool. And so he brought his wheelchair around because it was a pretty crowded con. I think it was in Chicago. And he brought his wheelchair around with his two buddies, and I just drew sketches for them and talked to them. And that's the stuff. That's the cool stuff, man. That's the spice of life. Because Todd did that for me when I met Todd McFarlane. He didn't sketch or anything like that for me, but he gave me an original piece of artwork and spelled my name correctly without having to be told, which still blows my mind how he was able to do that. I thought he was just going to ruin my poster. It's crazy. My homie Ellie Munoz, it's great to see you, man. I've never had more injuries than this job. Oh my gosh, Ellie. Broken kneecap, shredded tendons and ligaments, dog bites, but the worst part about delivering mail is when the bugs fly into your mouth in the summer. God bless you, Ellie, and thank you for the work that you do, man. It is appreciated. You are delivering fine work and fine comics everywhere. Having passed 6 or 9, oh man, 6 or 7 kidney stones and feeling like dying from bad food. Which is worse? I think kidney stones owns it, man. Yeah, the bugs. I've been too fortunate to make it 34 years without a major health scare. Well, yeah, absolutely. As we say in India, God touch wood, knock on wood, and God bless you. I'm glad to hear that. It's humbling, but it also reminds you that God has your back. Absolutely right. Always, and life isn't always a guarantee. Every day is a blessing. Amen. It is, man. And it's a blessing to have you here, man. They say death happens most at hospitals. Let's hope it's not from the waiting room. Yeah, it happens, man. Everybody, hello. Sulcurialt says John. See you, the groomsman. Hello, Stephen Rockwood. Hello, my homie Ellie Munoz. Absolutely. And hey-o, John from Sulcurialt. Yeah, man, we just got to keep doing what we're doing here. We're making really cool stuff. Let's not ever let ourselves... the whole fun of being here, the whole fun of being in CG, being, a fan of the Ripperverse, being, a fan of Razor Fist, being a fan of Tom McDowell, whoever in this amazing independent web space. And hell, channels like Doomcock, man. I've known him for ages, not, personally, but we've messaged back and forth. We've emailed back and forth. I did some artwork for him for a poster. Like, I've met Tug was around the same time, going way, way back. All this stuff just grows organically out of relationships. And I'll say this. If you have people that you have in your life for status purposes or anything else, they are not of value in the long run. Have people around you who are positive, enthusiastic, and make friends, man. Make friends. That's the coolest thing that we've been able to do. A lot of us are having that sort of old school comic book store, comic convention, running into people stuff online. And to me, it has been, it's been life-giving, man. Life revivifying, man. Or life vivifying, I should say. And I'm so grateful for it, man. I was so frustrated before I found all of these folks. And some people, again, not in Comicsgate. Michael King of The Choice Voice, man. He was one of the first people to ever, take on the sequel trilogy, with The Force Awakens. He was like, Luke Skywalker failed according to this, I was like, oh my god. And I did he does Star Trek fan films that are amazing. He directs and writes them. Sometimes writes them with his friend Brady, I think. They do the stuff in Blender and they look great. And he's also a huge Blade fan. And I did a poster for his fan film for fun, his last fan film. And we just been friends and doing, just having conversations. We did a long stream on his channel talking about the first Blade movie. He's just such a good dude, man. He's got my back. And a great guy. Just a terrific guy. So shout out to Michael, the Choice Voice, man. And he had his YouTube channel hacked, and you guys were great about, subscribing and letting him know, and he had to go through this whole thing, man. How come you don't just use a stylus? Don't just use a stylus to do the outline? I'm not sure. Oh, I get what you're saying. Just to put the pressure down. Here's why. Here's why I don't use a stylus. That's a really good question, man. Holy cow. You guys are getting into the serious stuff. I clean up the line work with a blue line, and I have to use a black pen because it lets me know what parts I've already gone over. So the blue allows me to refine the drawing and then get that together on tracing paper off of this board. And the black lets me know which lines I'm actually inking and which lines I'm actually transferring. So it makes the process so much more cleaner when I lift the board. That's a really good question, man. I don't even think about talking about that kind of stuff, Craziness. You guys are awesome. Yeah. Oh, you did billboards. Right on, man. Have you mentioned that before? One of my favorite artists who's did a hand lettering video was a guy named Glenn Weisgerber. And he's a rock star, automotive painter. And he did some hand lettering tutorials, gosh, I want to say maybe 10 years ago. And those blew my mind. I'm also a big fan of hand letterer and engrosser Jake Weidman. He's an amazing artist. Does a lot of he does wood carving. This dude is a Renaissance man and a genius. If you don't know his stuff, you gotta check it out. The guy, his name is hang on a second. Shoot. I think I've shared that on stream back in the day. But it is, let me see if I can type this in and spell it right. I'm going to spell this wrong, unfortunately, and then the other person to follow on Instagram, if you haven't, is Jake Weidman. If you want to just be inspired by hand lettering, these two cats. Oh, here's how awesome Jake Weidman is. When they introduced the iPad Pro, they had him be one of the hands you saw showing the Apple Pencil. Sorry, not the iPad Pro, but I guess it was the iPad Pro. But they used him and a couple of other big name artists to show how responsive the stylus or the pencil was, the Apple Pencil was. So that's how renowned he is. And he is just an incredible hand letterer, wood carver, everything. He just makes me want to just like get better. Just absolutely get better and refine what I do. I'd love to see somebody like him hired. He's just crazy. Windmills, if you fight with them, will cause you, will cast you down into the mire or up among the stars. You're absolutely right, man. That's right. I will be your Sancho Panza any day, man. I got your back. I'm back, says host Socrates. It's great to see you. Oh, wow. Rolling billboards. Holy cow. That's awesome. How chaotic. Yeah, that's absolutely right, man. I tilt windmills. That's right, man. There you go. Don Quixote Croft. That's it, man. That is it. Yeah, you gotta love it, guys. And so, yeah, I think that a lot of people, like myself, I loved watching Bob Ross. I loved watching things like that when I was younger, but I love long videos of people doing this kind of work, methodical work, and it didn't dawn on me until Comicsgate, really. And was somebody doing an art stream on Comicsgate that I remember? I know I saw Ethan draw some things, but I'm wondering who, if anybody, maybe it was another YouTuber I saw do that. But I just decided I'm going to try to do that stuff. I'm going to try to stream and not completely lose my mind. And then there we were. There we were. Let's see here. I'm going to get broke backing Painted Death between the t-shirts, the hardcovers, and the Shanth piece. Let me tell you something, guys. That campaign is going to be a smash. If you haven't seen Michael Bancroft's t-shirt, actually, come to think of it, hang on a dang minute. Hang on a dang minute, as we say here. Where is it? Michael Bancroft, the Lucent on Twitter. I need to retweet that right now. Boom. There you go. Retweeted and necessary. Because that is a damn fine t-shirt. I love it. What's up, Julie Pascal? Great to see you. How are you doing? Hail to you. There's a fine line between madness and genius. Amen. Amen. Yeah. And there's a fine line between covering your bills and bankruptcy. And right now, some of the cool entertainment that's being made out there is pushing us to the brink. There you go, man. I'm back. It's good to have you back, Mr. Monkey Boy. Yeah, indeed. Look at this, man. Seriously, Michael, this is the crazy thing. And we were talking about this with Timmy Mello, my brother Timmy Mello, about critique culture and criticism culture. And let me say this. This is a really important thing. The most important thing to develop as an artist, or that you need to develop as an artist, is you need to receive insight from people. And in people you can trust. And if someone asks me for, which I don't do, I'm done teaching, man. But if a friend of mine, somebody close to me, asked me for an honest appraisal or something, I mean, I would give it. But I would start with what's working and calibrate how we could emphasize that, as opposed to, in my mind, what art should be. Because I don't think that's canned advice. It's no good. So when you see me look at something like that t-shirt that Michael just put up, that is an honest, sincere reaction. I don't see things going, what am I looking to criticize? First, I look at them and just look at them and see, do I have an aesthetic experience? Then I go in, excuse me, and see if there's anything in the details that impedes that. And when I have that full experience and nothing impedes that, it's like, it's the greatest thing in the world, man. That's what we live for. You know what I mean? Yeah, 3 days until Painted Death. That is absolutely right, Stephen Rockwood. Yeah, Bumpcroft. You know what I'm talking about. Fist bumping it, man. Yeah, that's the stuff we love, man. I'm done teaching, man. Yeah, that's okay. So my wife is now saying to me officially, she goes, remember when you were done with comics? You can't escape your destiny, man. If I'm meant to teach, I know it's going to happen. But I will say this. I'm really glad. And I think I've talked about this with Eric Weathers, but this may be something to share on stream, since we're we've been streaming for a bit, but I think it's important to bring up for any of you guys out there. Yeah, you speak as though you've conquered death. I've conquered death. I live death every day. I love it. The thing about it is that I went through a period where I was so depressed with all of this stuff that had been going on in my life. I was so exhausted. I literally looked at my wife and I said, I don't want to make artwork anymore. I'm done. I don't want to paint anymore. I don't want to think about it anymore. Maybe I don't even know why I ever made artwork. I know people can't believe that, but it's something that happened. And So I actually barely picked up a pencil to paint, and for like a year, maybe a year and a half. And when I got to the other side of it, and I just focused on just trying to like chill and process all the shit I needed to process. And when I got to the other side of it, I just suddenly woke up one day or one afternoon, I was sitting there, and I just felt like I needed to paint something. So I painted only the thing that makes me happiest in the world, and I just painted a portrait of my wife. And I haven't stopped painting since that day. And it's been like, it came back with this sort of mighty force. And so when people say, like, oh man, I lost this thing, I lost that thing, sometimes I just go, just give it some air, give it some space, man. You know what I mean? And it can come back. And I think people don't talk about that enough, man. You know, people don't talk about it enough. Yeah, man. It's like, you got to do it, you know. Absolutely right. That's fine, yeah. Dick Croft, guess crack me up. Yeah, we decided to move to the States, and nothing is crazier than moving house. You're absolutely right, man. I'm always dying here. Yeah, can't help it, John. It's my whole world. Yep. You wish to conquer death, yet you cannot even conquer sleep. And how alike sleep is to death. It is a pain to death. Amen, man. Yeah, oh my, yeah. Uprooting everything, prayers, yeah. All forms of critique are greatly valued to an artist and writer, even the negatives, yeah, as it seems to play out so as long as it can be identified to be corrected. Absolutely right, and made into a positive. And that's why those mentors who can actually say, that's not working, here's how you can make it work, are the best. Because everybody kind of senses that something is not working, usually with their stuff. Or they use terms, but people don't really know exactly what they mean. And for me as a teacher, the thing that I used to enjoy was offering people that, you know, that clearer definition of it, and not just kind of throwing out canned advice, you know, to people, because that canned advice will run you down, because you end up, and I'm just dropping everything here, you end up applying more force to something that you don't have the solution to, and so it wears you down, it just grinds you down, and you don't need that, man. Nobody needs that stuff. You gotta have, like, you know, like I said, always have some great people around you, and you'll do good things. Have friends that, you know, are your friends and that you get to know, and let it happen over time. Get to know people over time is a big thing. I'm always telling people that, you know, I was talking with my kids about that, and I said, you know, if you ask people that I've been friends with the longest, you know, or you ask me, you know, how we met, most of the time I can't even remember, because it was just like it was sort of meant to happen, man. You just find people, you bond with them, and you just can't even believe. It's like, how did I not know this person before? And it's the same thing with Comicsgate. It's the same thing with all of this stuff. Yeah. Is it really painted death if you don't read it in grandma voice? That's right. Gravity, what a downer. Yeah, it's true. I feel that way about comics. Amen, man. Amen. Yeah, Angularity. Yep. You guys know what I'm talking about, man. Yeah. Stephen Rockwood, you guys are killing me. But it's I mean, it's been pretty crazy, you know. I can't believe how much time has passed, you know, that I've been doing this kind of stuff and making artwork. And I mean, my wife was, in her intro, she said something I thought was really profound. She talked about all of the self-publishing stuff I did, and she's like, and this is like, there was no Comicsgate, there was no, you know, internet marketing of this stuff. And it was hard. These were really tough times. They would make, you know, they can make you quit. You know, where does that love come from? And how many times do you have to kind of defer a dream and move on from it before you don't come back? And I think for some of us, you know, who are in CG and in this space and grateful to be in this space, you know, and the same thing goes with Ethan. You know, it's like, how many times do you have to create incredible, you know, stuff and keep having that passion for doing pages, you know, and keep have that passion for getting out there and meeting people and promoting, you know, what comics are, promoting comics. I know Todd McFarlane does it as well. And, you know, same thing goes. John Malin has probably my favorite story. I clipped his Pete Cimetti interview and put it in there. But he has one of my favorite stories, man. It's crazy. Apathy and disinterest is definitely way worse than negative feedback. Amen. Negative feedback, because at least with feedback, someone is reviewing your work with interest and intent, even if it's with pessimism. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Past Master Dan is saying right on. Yeah, wait a minute. Switched pages on me? No, I just rotated it. That's all. Yeah, this is just a rotation. So this cover is going to be owing to the artists and, you know, mind behind it is going to be very reminiscent of Playing Card, because it just felt right, and it felt right for the way these characters to connect there, because this is a book that bends reality in such a way to where it is this series, the Lucent, in such a way that it's concerning itself. It brings historical understanding, but it doesn't concern itself with fact so much as it concerns itself with truth. And to me, truth is the business of art. And since that is the case, Michael is a, according to Hoyle, artist. And that's what it's about. When you see Nosfero, I can tell you this, it concerns itself with truth to the degree, and Pulp and all of that stuff, to the degree that is possible, to the limit for me, the limits of that capability in myself. And it's great to be shoulder to shoulder with people who care about that stuff, support that stuff, are passionate about that stuff, and create that stuff in a lot of cases. So, yeah, man. God bless you guys and for being here and for making all this stuff happen. Yeah, apathy is death. It's worse than death because of at least a rotting corpse feeds the birds and crawling things. Yeah, there you go. I'm going to need to dip. God bless you all. Absolutely. God bless you, John. Indeed, my friend. Later, John, and be safe out there. And yeah, guys, I'm going to wrap up because I need to get some food. I'm dying, and I think I need to go feed the rabbit, who's probably pissed off at me upstairs. Yeah, later, John, be safe out there, says Timmy Mello. Okay, you rotated it on me. Yes, I did. Later, John. Yes, the Joker. Thank you guys so much, man, for being here. Someone super chatted Yellow Flash to say that the Lucent is garbage. At least he didn't say vomit, right? What the hell? Losers. They're wrong. Screw that person. Stephen Rockwood keeping it real. With 8 months of membership, he just wanted to say boobs, and that's right. We support you, man. All right, you crazy kids. Everybody have a great day out there. Everybody keep working. I appreciate you guys so much. Stay positive. Bring some positivity wherever you go. Talk about the things you love, that you're passionate about. And, yeah, remind people how cool the stuff is we're doing here. Share out that t-shirt designed by Michael Bancroft. Tell people if they missed this stream to come by and check it out, man. You guys are the best. Let's keep going, man. Let's keep doing this stuff. Nothing's going to break us. We've got this. We're hardworking, and we're just committed to what we're doing, and we will be committed eventually. It's just a matter of time. Yeah. If you don't have enemies, you're not really trying. You're absolutely right, guys. Yeah, absolutely, man. You guys are cracking me up. Garbage. Yes, this will carry all. You guys are killing me. Hail chat, indeed, Timmy Mello. And it's from a Star Wars playing card game. There you go. 12 or so years ago. You guys are awesome. All right, guys. I will see you guys soon. Remember, speak easy, stay gold, and keep the faith. That is what we do here. And much love to all of you guys. I will see you guys soon. And, yeah, let's just keep doing what we do. All right, guys. Peace.